Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy. Wind energy. Wind energy. Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy! It's just us now.
Are you worried about your pressing energy needs? Are the current costs of fossil fuels putting you into a financial hole? Well, here at Blow Bros, we feel that we have found the perfect energy complement to fossil fuels. What is that, you ask? Here at Blow Bros, we call that little bit of energy wind energy.
Hello, I'm Logan Blow, CEO of Blow Brothers Incorporated. We believe that wind energy will be the future and present source of the energy deficit, not only in the United States, but the entire world. Please join us on our infomercial about wind energy for the next couple of minutes. We here at Blow Bros love the wind, and we leave you, the future customer, our slogan: you don't get turned on until we blow.
But what is wind energy?
Well, John, that's a very good question. Wind energy is actually a very simple and eco-friendly process. Wind energy is produced by windmills. Windmills are essentially a type of generator that converts kinetic energy or motion energy into electrical energy. Wind energy comes from the motion of the air. According to the Department of Energy, air over land heats up faster than air over water. When the warm air over land rises, the cooler air over water rushes in to replace it. This creates wind. The blades on a windmill catch the wind and the windmill turns. The windmill has an internal shaft that turns inside a generator to produce electricity. The generator produces electricity by spinning a magnet inside a coil of wires. When the magnet turns, it forces electrons through the wires, and thus electricity is generated. The electricity that is generated travels out through wires. A small wind turbine that produces less than 100 kilowatts of electricity can be used to power a single home. Or a large group of wind turbines together make up a wind farm that can send electricity out into a power grid and provide electricity for a whole city or even multiple cities.
Go.
So we've had a lot of failed attempts at capturing the wind before we finally got it right.
Ready? Go. Got it! Oh, shallow left. Got it! I think he's out. I
Got one. My bag's over there.
Done. I got it. Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Wind energy.
Eagle!
Catch the wind! Catch the wind! Catch the wind! Come on.
We definitely got it right this time.
What are the pros and cons of wind energy? I'm gonna cut you up like a bird in a wind turbine.
That happens only once every 7 to 15 years. 48-year call is the catch-up story.
I don't get it. Do you get it? Why is that funny?
Guys, stop it. Let's get to the facts. The land occupied by a wind farm is far greater than that by a power generator fired by coal. For instance, to produce 1.2 gigawatts, you need 200 acres of land for a power plant, while you need 60,000 acres of land for a wind farm.
Birds fly into them.
Wind turbines do not always produce constantly. It depends on the power of the wind.
Pow!
The efficiency of one wind turbine isn't that great either. One turbine, for instance, only produces for about 500 households. How would that work when there's about 300 million people in the United States alone?
Pow!
Stop.
Typically, wind turbines have been put in very aesthetically beautiful places, and people have a problem with them because they're ugly.
Strong thunder and windstorms can highly damage wind turbines.
Wind turbines are not 100% environmentally friendly because coal-fired power plants and factories actually have to build them first.
One turbine can produce the same level of noise as a car traveling 60 miles per hour on the highway. They're loud. But what about emissions?
You know what? I'm glad you brought up zero emissions. Wind energy produces zero emissions. This means no CO2, sulfur, nitrogen oxide, particulates, trace metals, or solid waste associated with wind energy and global warming. Yeah.
What about renewability?
Now let's talk about renewability. Wind is in constant supply, unlike coal, oil, and gas. How about that one? And it's also free, because wind, not fuel, powers the production. Operation costs are effectively zero.
What about jobs and costs?
Pow!
That's a good question. For wind energy, it creates new jobs and new businesses, strengthening the U.S. economy. And it takes very quick installation. Once a site has been selected and permits approved, wind turbine installation can go up in months, opposed to years in which it takes for gas, coal, and nuclear plants. Also, there's phased growth. You can increase production capacity as the turbines and company grows.
Opinion polls constantly demonstrate that wind power has much support inside the United States, and they're self-sufficient because they are built domestically inside the United States and lessen our dependability on foreign exports.
What about
The noise.
Let's
Talk about noise. There's very little noise given off by these wind turbines, less than the background music you hear from your own home.
one?
What about the birds? What about those birds? Birds only crash into the turbines once every 7 to 15 years.
Alright, let's talk about wind energy produced worldwide right now. There's 65 billion kilowatts hours produced every year. That's enough for 6 million US homes. But let's talk about the wind energy produced in just the US. There's 16 billion kilowatt hours produced every single year. Imagine if we had more. That's only enough for 1.6 million US homes. If we upped our ante and made sure that we had the same amount of wind energy in the United States as the rest of the world, we could have enough supply for up to 6 million homes. There's a potential for US wind energy by 2020 to have enough energy for 25 million homes every single year. And it's a cheap alternative to other energy. It only costs 2 to 6 cents for every kilowatt hour. Let's talk about the emissions that wind energy eliminates. 1 megawatt of a wind turbine as compared to conventional energy will save up to 1,500 tons of carbon dioxide, 6.5 tons of sulfur dioxide, 3.2 tons of nitrogen oxides, and 60 pounds of mercury in just 1 year.
Son?
Yeah! Wind power farms generate between 17 and 39 times more power than they consume, as compared to 16 times for nuclear power plants and 11 times for coal power plants. And that's all I gotta say, man.
Cool!
Strangers. Here at Blow Bros, we believe wind can help save the world.
Looking down the boulevard and shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people looking just to find emotions hiding somewhere in the night.
I see you're heading up to Carolina. You know I'm gonna be right there behind you, 'cause I always have to steal my kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. I always have to steal my kisses from you. I love to hear that warm southern rain